Okay, you guys, so really quick, I wanted to come on here, share a quick story about how I found out I was pregnant at 17 years old. If you guys do not know already, I was a teen mom, pregnant at 17, had my daughter at 18 years old. I just wanted to jump on here really quick and share with you guys how I found out I was pregnant at 17 years old. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into the story. Um, Let me put this up here really quick. Okay. Hopefully that's okay. Is that fine? You guys let me know if it's okay. Okay. So, first things first. Okay, this happened in February. I'm going to skip the part where how it happened because we already know how it happened. We are all grown here, and if we're not, um
when two people come together and they love each other, they express that in a physical way. So anyway,
fast forward to February. I was a senior in high school. I went on a cruise with my father. This was back in 2006. I had went on a cruise, and it was at the beginning of February. I had went on a cruise. So during this cruise, it was 3 to 4 days. The entire time I was on the cruise, I was sick. I stayed in the cabin. I did not do anything. I cannot remember ever going out doing anything with anybody. I was sick to my stomach. I felt like, honestly, like it was like the waves. Like I felt like it was like motion sickness or whatever. So that's that was the first sign. I didn't know it was a sign at all until afterwards, but now like I'm able to kind of like go back and I'm like, okay, that's what the problem was. So anyway, I was sick on a cruise, came back home. I was still sick, and I was telling my sister, and I'm just like,
oh my gosh, I feel so sick. I have like a stomach bug now.
she was also sick at the same time too. So I just thought that maybe we had eaten something that was really bad and like we were both sick. So again, did not think anything of it, and I'm still sick. I'm trying to think of like, I really do not remember how I even thought like to take a pregnancy test. Um Obviously I missed my cycle. Um and that's probably what led me to take a test, but I'm just not 100% sure. Honestly, I don't even know like what happened after um I had told my sister that I was sick, and we were both sick, and we both like, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So anyway, took a pregnancy test. It was positive, and once it was positive, of course, I'm telling the kids, the baby daddy at the time, um, that I was pregnant. So like I remember him coming over. We sat down in the living room and we just had a conversation. It was pretty quiet, didn't really say too much. We were kind of like, dang, like, you know. So that was that. So then I think he was asking me how I was going to tell my mom. So I came up with this brilliant idea to write my mom a letter because I'm just like, I'm not going to sit up here and have a conversation with her about me being pregnant at 17 years old. She does
Not even know that I'm even doing that. I even did something like this. So I'm just like, it was just no way in the world that I felt comfortable to have a conversation like that with
her. So I ended up writing a letter. And I remember she was at work. I put the letter on her bed and I just went back in my room. So she came home, she saw the letter, and she came in my room and she was just like, what is this about? And I'm just like, um, I told you, like, and pretty much it was not really too much. She didn't really say too much. I believe it was somewhere between the lines of, I'm disappointed and what are you doing? Pretty much, or what have you been doing, or something somewhere what's going on? You're 17 years old, you're in high school, like what's really going on? So anyway, that was that. We did not have another conversation after that until we had a sit down with my mom and my stepdad and him. So we all sat down, we all had a conversation about, pretty much real life situations, like how it's going to be hard, the good and the bad, and pretty much how our lives are going to be different with having a child and having a child young at that. So that was that. And after that, I had my first appointment maybe about a couple months later, and I actually had to like call my dad and get some information from him about my insurance because of course I'm young at that time, so I was still on his insurance. So I had to call him to tell him that I had to make an appointment to see how far along I was. And he didn't say, I don't remember him saying too much of anything at that time and point either. He just pretty much gave me what I needed, and that was that. And so I went to my appointment, and I believe I went in there by myself, if I'm not mistaken. So then when I came out of the doctor's office, and I know I'm kind of skimming by this really fast because I don't really remember like all the details. The things that I'm saying right now, I'm sharing right now, is what I know for sure, for sure. So anyway, come out of the doctor's office, and I hand my mom the paper that they give you, like with the positive, pregnancy and the weeks. And I handed her the paper, and she was like,
"You 16 weeks, Karina? You 16 weeks?"
and I'm like, I guess. Like, that's what they said. Like, I mean, it was like, it was just like one of your typical teenage responses. Like, I mean, I'm like, I guess, like, just immature, don't really know any, you know what I'm saying? It's just like one of those things. So I'm just like, I felt like I gave a regular teenage response. And I'm just like, it was kind of like a I don't care type of response, like, but my thing is, at that time and point, I'm like, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? Like, we've already established that I'm keeping the baby and things like that. So I'm just like, it is what it is. Let's just kind of move on with the situation if this is what it is like. So that was that. And then that was pretty much like the beginning part of just like finding out how I was pregnant. So yeah, it was I am, you know what, and because I don't remember too much, I really want to go back and have a conversation with my mom, which is going to be really interesting. Have a conversation with my kid's dad, and have a conversation with my dad to see like if they have any extra information that they can kind of give me, because I really honestly, like what I'm telling you guys, that's pretty much all I remember. And when I do kind of go back and really think really hard, I'll probably come back and do another video to give you guys more details about it. But for now, that's pretty much what it is. That's how I found out I was pregnant with my first child, pregnant at 17 years old. I graduated when I was 5.5, 6 months. And shoot, I mean, I did what I had to do at the end of the day. So that is my story time of how I found out I was pregnant at 17 years old. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next video. Bye.